Wait, you fell asleep doing yoga? You fell asleep doing yoga?
Yeah.
I always fall asleep in hot yoga.
It's a hot yoga class.
How often does that happen?
Every
Probably
time.
a lot.
Yeah.
Every time. He wakes me up usually.
Yeah. I hear the snoring. I'm like, all right.
I was gonna say, does the teacher have a stick that he just walks around and he's like, pay attention?
No,
It's not a Shaolin temple. It's a fucking yoga class at the local gym.
Angle the mic like 30 degrees, Ian.
Like this?
Yeah.
So there's no groin stomping.
I'm not touching it. From here on out, I will not touch it.
If you fall asleep, you don't. No groin stomp.
Okay, got
No,
it.
that's a different video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of his videos in a while.
Oh no, he's still out there.
He's still kicking.
Dude got
Master Ken.
huge.
No, he got Jack. He's taking all
Kicking.
the TRT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got big for it might have been a Netflix movie
Yes.
where and then he's just like, I'm
What?
maintaining it. Yeah, he was in a movie, Master Ken.
Yeah, he's a YouTube guy.
yeah.
He does
Oh,
got
I-
famous
He talks
for
about-
like.
he talks
I just
about
made the pun because you made the cooking thing.
All right. We'll see what you did.
re-stomp
there.
the groin.
You got it?
Yep.
All right, let's start this. Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your hosts, Nelson
Ian.
Ed.
and our special guest today.
Sat here for 3 minutes and just realized she can't hear anybody.
Oh,
Like, I didn't hear the music or anything.
Do you hear it now?
Now I do.
Do you hear it now? Okay, we're good.
A
We had
little
technical
bit.
and
difficulty.
now I can't hear. We're gonna have to start this over.
No, we're not. This is
Wait,
perfect.
there I am. Nope. Now I'm gone.
Nah, okay.
I can hear
Nope.
everything.
I can hear.
Nothing.
Today it's me that hears everything.
I can't hear everyone.
How's it feel?
There we go. I'm back. Dude,
It's
slowly. There it is. No. Come on, man.
It's something-
Gentle. Come on.
It's
one
the
more time.
cable.
Put your hand on the cable, bro.
not much I can
Come on.
about that.
There you go. Good. Don't move. So,
This ain't the 80s. I'm not going to stand here holding the fucking antennas.
well, I guess I just won't hear anyone.
That's good. That sounds
Oh.
good. That sounds perfect.
Oh, is that what you're
saying?
You good?
Yeah.
You good?
As long as I hear me and the camera hears us, I'm fine.
This is some bullshit.
Yes.
So what you were saying?
This
But
is
you guys
perfect.
can hear me through the
Yeah.
headphones?
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear you.
All right.
I hear you.
All right.
Plus, I hear you without him because you project really well.
Right
All right.
there.
Fuck it. Let's do it. The headphones mess up my hair anyway.
Oh, okay.
So before the podcast started, we were talking about this disastrous murder yoga you guys apparently do, where people are falling asleep because it's so hot, they're knocking themselves out.
It's not really
unconscious.
murder
No,
yoga.
I
it's
just like
hot.
the heat. I'm a lizard person.
It puts you to sleep, man.
And like
Dark
Land of the
room.
Lost, like the little
Stretching
lizard
out.
people.
Okay.
I'm one of those. I like the heat.
So why does he throw water at you when you fall asleep?
I don't fall asleep. I like to look around the room.
Yeah, that's why he wakes me up.
I stay awake. Trust me. I'm the most alert.
Ian's like,
human
I
being
am
in
not
the-
falling asleep in yoga.
If you're
Like,
if
look
you're doing
over
the
there.
little lay down at the end and you're
Yeah,
falling
that's what
asleep,
I
you
do.
are properly relaxed.
You are.
Congratulations.
That's
what I
my
do.
favorite part. Shavasana. You just lay there.
Yeah.
Walk around, they
I
shift
go-
you a little bit, they make sure you're in the right proper position, and just a little
Yeah.
snooze.
I don't know. I always feel a little weird when the instructor touches you. That I know they do that sometimes.
Okay.
They're like, let me adjust you. I'm like, fuck it.
Well, it depends where they're touching and adjusting
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Ian.
Oh yeah, you know.
Everywhere is acceptable.
Yeah, usually when
Yeah.
when they put their thumb in my ass, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, what are we adjusting here?
I like how he doesn't freak out. He's like, hey, wait a minute. Calmly, what are we adjusting here?
Well, I just think I think this class would cost a
I
little
mean,
more. For this.
at least you're nice and relaxed.
I am
Yeah,
relaxed.
yeah.
It slips right in. I'm just saying. It's like
Jesus.
I question whether or not my membership should go.
You have to
up.
make sure if this is included in the cost you already paid.
Listen,
Right. I'm like, I'm not paying you extra.
Yeah.
There's no tip at the end of this. No.
If anything, they owe you money, right?
I figured.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when he stays here for like 10 minutes. I'm like,
Speaking of thumb in the
just
ass,
someone else.
right? Speaking of thumbs in the ass, the Christmas Story movie, right?
Hey, listen, Matt Hilton really likes that.
Matt, we know you liked it, but
He's a big fan of it.
I even tried to start watching it again a little bit for a second time, just to be like, maybe I missed something.
Maybe I wasn't in the holiday spirit.
Absolutely not.
Right.
I thought maybe I wasn't drunk enough. I added more eggnog to it. No, that wasn't it either.
No.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I did
Bad
for the
film.
Guardians.
So
It was so good, yeah. I made sure
Yes.
to make like a nice spiked hot chocolate. Sat down, got nice and cozy, and it was so.
that was the
very
right way to
enjoyable.
do it. It
I
was
guarantee,
so
I
good.
guarantee,
The
I guarantee
music
you
was
Guardians
good.
was a lot better than
Oh,
the Christmas Story.
100%. 100%.
I guarantee it.
Guardians had like some whimsy to it. It was funny.
It was so
Dave
funny.
Bautista getting thick.
Come
Oh
on
my
now.
God.
His cheeks.
Yes.
Yeah, I love him.
But
I
Mantis
love
stole
him.
the show for me. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
hilarious.
Hissing at everybody.
Yeah, screaming. Like she goes from like,
Yeah.
I told you now. You know,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
She's starting to come
Yeah,
into her
you-
own.
Yeah.
Starting to
For
pick
sure.
up on things.
yeah, it definitely looks like some of the other actors and actresses were just like, yay, we're here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just,
Dave Bautista's done now.
yes, he
Apparently,
is.
he's done after
Well,
this
what?
next Guardians. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
It's his last Marvel film.
after his
He goes
last
wherever
movie.
James Gunn goes. So James Gunn is gone. He's following suit.
And he was saying he wanted to do more serious acting roles, which is fine. I guess he's thinking like he doesn't want his legacy to just be Drax,
Drax.
which I mean,
Yeah.
come on, it's still a pretty dope legacy.
It is.
Like
Yeah.
some people would kill to have that.
He's gonna
but-
be M Night. He's in the new M Night
Yeah,
Shyamalan
I just saw
Lighthouse.
that. I just saw that trailer today.
Yeah.
Looks properly creepy.
and
Yeah,
he
it
was
does.
in that
It does.
Glass
Like-
Onion or what?
He
what's
was.
it called?
Yeah,
Glass
he-
Onion,
yeah,
the
he was
Knives
in
Out
Glass
movie.
Onion.
yeah.
He plays
how
an
was he in
absolute.
there?
He plays an over the top ridiculous dude.
Yeah.
He's like in a
With,
man
like, a young
thong.
girlfriend.
He's in a man thong firing off a handgun by a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And I was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
Covered in tattoos.
Yeah, I was like, this is not
Yelling
good.
at his mom
Yep,
for
it's not
interrupting
good
his
there.
podcast.
What the fuck? You know I'm recording in there.
That's fucking great.
It
All
was-
right,
so,
that,
yeah.
that that scene alone makes me want to go see the
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah, he's got a super hot girlfriend.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was her name? Her name's like something so stupid.
Whiskey.
Whiskey, yeah. His girlfriend's name is Whiskey. It's ridiculous. God bless
Okay.
that movie.
So you would recommend Glass Onions?
I would, yeah. It's a good Clue type movie. I mean, is it the best? No, I think Knives Out, the first one was
I
better.
didn't see the
but-
first one. I watched
Glass
it
Onion's
with my
kind of long.
parents.
Like it's just.
It was
I don't
very
know.
long. Like my parents were asleep. Like
It's not the
15
best
minutes into
whodunit.
it.
Mm.
It's not the best whodunit movie out there.
But
I
it
am
was good.
I am watching a whodunit movie now. I'm not the whole way through it because that's how Netflix goes.
Yeah.
You watch till you're tired and then you stop.
Sure.
Yeah.
The pale blue eye. The pale blue eye.
I don't think I've even
I
heard
never
of that
seen
It
one.
just
Never
came
heard of
out.
it.
It just came out on Netflix. It's got Christian Bale. It's got there's a dude in it that plays Edgar Allan Poe. And Edgar
Interesting.
Allan Poe did go to West Point in 1830, so this is like kind
Interesting.
of like on the it sounds like it would be
borderline
a story.
reality.
It sounds like it would be a story Edgar Allan Poe would write, like that, not the Telltale Heart, the
Yeah.
pale blue eye.
Right.
So far, it's good. There's some dude I haven't figured it out yet because I'm still watching the movie. There's some guy at West Point who's killing students and cutting their heart out, and they think it might be ritualistic, like occult, like they don't know.
Oh.
And so far, it's good. Christian Bale plays like an alcoholic, retired constable from New York that they bring down to Maryland or in Virginia and West Point to figure out who's doing this. Like,
Sure.
But he's all messed up. Like his daughter left him, his wife died. Like he's got all kinds of baggage. And he meets Edgar Allan Poe, a young cadet who's weird as shit.
Yeah.
And he's a poet, and like it's actually really good. Robert Duvall's in it. There's a bunch of actors in it that make like little cameos.
Right.
So
Sounds
far,
something
I
good.
am liking it. I just haven't finished it yet. But it's if you're looking for happiness, no, don't watch it. It's so dark.
Okay.
Even the time period, the way it's shot, it's like dark as shit. Like if you love that type of period piece and you like a Clue type movie,
Sure.
it's great for you.
Do you like the older aesthetic, the men
Yes.
with beards, maybe some
Yes.
wands, like the Secrets of Dumbledore?
Yes. Well, yeah, but with all the man on man.
No,
Unicorn on man.
Unicorn on man on Bambi.
Shapeshifter on man. Like, whatever the hell J.K. Rowling's writing nowadays.
If you haven't caught on, we're doing like a little bit of a recap of 2022.
And a lot of the shit we left out.
a lot of the shit
Yeah.
that, yes, we regrettably left out because
It
we
was a
just
whole
went
year. Give us a
right
break.
to our
There's a
favorites.
lot.
Things that made it to the list before we sat down. Then we sat down and started going through the list, and we just never finished the list.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think I was just caught up on how much I hated
Yes.
Witcher Blood Origin. Like,
Yes.
that was so bad, it literally took the whole year from me.
It
Like,
did.
There was nothing else.
And left a bad
I
taste
haven't
in your
seen
mouth
it yet,
for
and
the
I
end
don't
of the
want
year.
to.
It burned my taste
Yeah.
buds off. I was like, I have nothing left in me
What
but
makes
a
it bad?
fiery hot hate for it.
Oh.
It's just bad. I don't want to put any more into like.
It's very
Okay.
campy.
Let's put it this way: if you watch the first 10 minutes of it, you will completely understand.
Yeah.
How much of a pile of shit.
How
That
bad it
bad
is.
that quick.
Oh, that bad, that quick. That
Yeah.
bad, that quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
But it starts with hope. It starts with all these great actors, and I'm like, oh wow, they really put out a
Yeah.
lot of stops for this. And
J
then
Crush.
it's like, yeah, it's like literally, it's like they take you in this magical fairyland and they just drop you off the fucking Mariana Trench straight down.
Like
Yeah,
the penguin
and it's
in
like
Mario.
So
it's like
bad.
4
So bad.
hours
Yes.
with zero payoff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, not good.
they really didn't deliver the goods, especially because Henry Cavill left such a high bar with the original Witcher. like the acting.
Is there a way that every time he
theatrics.
says Cabal, we can get the Mortal Kombat character Cabal? Like, can you edit that for me? Like when he says Henry Cabal, I just want Cabal to appear on the screen with his hooks. Like, 'cause that's what I picture. I picture
Yeah.
the guy, Cabal.
If I find a proper PNG, I absolutely could.
Okay, I was gonna say it's necessary. It's necessary.
What you do with your PNG, nobody cares about.
Hey, I'm down. All right, I care.
He's like, he's
Okay.
down. He's down. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Speaking of Henry Cavill,
Yes.
one thing we left out from 2022 was Enola Holmes, and I know
Yes.
Ed tried to touch on this.
Enola Homes 2 came out.
Yep.
Yes.
Never heard of it.
He was
great.
much
It's
good.
more.
What is it about?
It's well, here you explain stuff a lot
Yeah,
Sure.
better than I do.
You're
He plays Sherlock Holmes actually, and then Enola Holmes is his
Jack
younger
Sherlock
sister.
Holmes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So
Wispy.
with the Sherlock Holmes
he's a
books,
cartographer.
towards the end of them, he started being a little more human. He had a family. He wasn't quite the outcast of society that he was always in the beginning
books.
of the books. So this is more of that version of Sherlock Holmes. So his sister is now trying to become a detective as well, and ends up wrapping up where the case he's working on is also the case she's working on. And they start off kind of bumping heads a little bit, and eventually kind of have to start
But you liked it?
working together.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. So
Played by
she-
the girl from Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she starts off by
11.
looking for her mom, and her mom is played by the actress that's in like all the Tim Burton movies and stuff like that. I forget her name.
She's in Fight Club.
Yeah.
She cheated on
Bellatrix.
Tim Burton 100 times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bellatrix
Yeah,
Lestrange,
Bellatrix.
Yeah, so-
correct.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
that's the mother.
And
She looks like a wild one.
And they-
She really does.
She plays that in this also.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, the brothers never got along with the mom and stuff like that.
Okay.
And
What I don't like is how
I liked it.
there's always fight scenes and like these girls are always kicking the shit out of these guys. I'm like, that's not.
she's strong.
not
Yes,
the way it's
that
supposed
was
to
that was the
Sarah should be
general
like-
theme of 2022, and I'm not opposed to the strong woman, to the really tough woman, but it seems like, man, guys, we need to step our game up. We've been getting our asses handed to us 2022.
I've been thinking about starting a school, like a school for henchmen.
Wait,
Like
so
to teach the henchmen, like, okay, this is how you fight a superhero. Like, one, don't wait to shoot him.
Right.
Two, don't go at him one by one so he can ninja
Right.
kick you in the face.
Yeah.
Rush him at once. He can't fight you.
so
all.
wait, you want to teach a school on how to beat up
Superheroes.
women? I'm just trying to correct.
Well, I know Dana White would fund it.
I mean, is it true? Okay, wait. Speaking of Dana White, we have to address this.
Did that happen in
Did you hear what
2022?
happened?
That was 2023. We can
Okay,
touch on it.
explain what happened with Dana White for all
Dana
those who don't
White
know.
apparently he was a little drunk in Mexico. Who hasn't done that?
Mm-hmm.
And he was at a club with his wife. I guess there's a video, cell phone video, them getting into an altercation.
Mm-hmm.
They're yelling at each other. There, she maps him in the mouth. But he gives her the kadunka monka back. Wow, blasts her. And then they're separated. A bottle goes flying. Anyway, he released a statement. And he was like, we've been married 30 years. We have 3 kids together. We knew each other since we're 12. He's like, that's the first time anything like that happened. Sir, I'll tell you one thing. I watched that video. You were way too comfortable hitting each other. That is not the first time either of you have hit each other.
maybe they'd
Right,
like
and-
to do a little slap thing.
Maybe, and to each their own. But the thing is, like, it's just funny because like everybody pulls up these clips of Dana White saying like it's never okay to hit a woman, blah blah. And it's like,
yeah.
listen, dude, like I don't know.
No, it's not. And I know we're kind of jesting about it, and it's a very serious subject. Nobody should hit a woman. But what gets me is this, and I apologize.
Unless she tries to stab you.
Because almost the very next day he
Then please don't
announces,
try to catch
Dana
me.
White announces the Power Slap Show.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I thought he was taking it too seriously because like he was
Like
starting that league.
Like a show. you
Like the
just
next
slap.
day.
Yeah.
That stupid sport where they stand there and you have to
They
hold
slap
a
each
bar
other?
behind you like this, so it shows whether you're conscious. You hold this bar, you put your chin up, and you flip a coin
You
to see
just
who goes
take a
first.
hit.
And
Yeah.
the dude lines up. He puts chalk on his fucking
Yeah.
hand.
Oh, I see.
Yes, you've
Big-
seen these videos, right?
Big old
Oh, yeah,
lumberjack
yeah,
kids
yeah.
from like the
Yeah.
Ukraine
Yeah.
line up their giant fucking like
Boom.
sewer cap hands
I've
to
seen
your
girls
face
do
and
that.
just wind up like back here, and just blast you. I
All
mean,
the
how
all
do
the
you-
chest flies.
How
all
do
the
you
way
stay
through.
conscious?
I've never
You're
seen-
getting slapped by Grizzly Adams. You don't have
Oh,
a
yeah.
chance.
I've
People
never
are
seen
losing
guys
teeth.
do it. I've only seen
Definitely.
videos of girls doing
Oh,
it.
Oh, yeah.
If the
okay.
girls are like,
The video that made it famous was this gigantic guy,
From Russia.
and then it was another person who was like 150 pounds lighter than him, covered in face
Oh, yeah.
tattoos
That's the
and
most famous
piercings,
video.
I
eyeballs
remember that.
tattooed.
I remember that.
And he just gets knocked into a different universe.
Yeah.
But do you guys think that it was Dana's wife of like some
fucking
elaborate
fantastic.
advertisement for his power slap?
I have
I
no
didn't think of
idea.
that.
He's like, babe, me
Well,
and
it
you,
can't be.
we're gonna
It
go
can't
out,
be 'cause you
we're
get-
gonna slap the shit out of each
Hey,
other.
TBS dropped it.
Oh yes,
It's not even going to be on TV now because TBS was like, fuck
rightfully
that.
so.
Ooh.
Rightfully
Show about slapping when the president's slapping people? Hell
you
no.
can't be associated with that at
Hell
that
no.
point.
Here's my thing. How can you make this show? Like, why would the UFC and the president of the UFC, finally we're on ESPN,
Right.
a reputable sport now.
Right.
Yep.
Why would you associate yourself with basically the CTE league? Everyone is going to have CTE.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a concussion every match.
know,
And it makes him a
It's-
hypocrite.
the
right?
thing is, it's
'Cause
super-
How much did he go after Jake Paul and all these other organizations like bare knuckle boxing and things like that? In the
People with
beginning?
money being hypocrites once
No
there's
way.
money to be made? Never. That
I
never
know.
happens.
What did you
It's
say?
bare
He's gonna
knuckle
buy
boxing.
Twitter next? I don't know.
Bare knuckle boxing and Jake Paul's celebrity boxing is 100 times more legit
Yeah.
than this
Yeah.
slap fighting.
The,
shit.
the
This
thing
like
is, this,
a circus.
the little slap
He's
fighting
starting a Jake
things,
Paul fighting league.
it's all
Good.
over YouTube.
I'll
It's
fight
all over Twitter and
Steven Seagal, where you
Instagram. It's just getting tons and tons of views. Jump on the train. Be the
Yeah.
first official league in America.
Yeah.
That,
Well,
that's all it comes down to.
it's already big in Russia because that's where all the videos were coming from.
Russia does some ridiculous shit.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
pissed
They
that
don't
like what's not more mainstream
wrestling
is
fighting.
what should be mainstream.
I've seen
is the medieval
five.
fighting.
I've seen 5-on-5 parkour
Yeah.
MMA
Yes.
coming out of
Yeah,
Russia.
yeah,
The
I've seen
dude got speared off a tower 6 feet tall into another tower before he hit the ground. Like someone
dead.
is going to die.
He's dead. He's
Yeah.
This
dead.
is
Sounds like a video
terrible.
game.
It sounds
Oh
like
no,
it.
you should watch
It
these
was
videos.
humans.
They had that.
It's really hard to watch.
They had that MMA fight between that she was like a 140-pound female kickboxer and she fought this like 550-pound
Oh,
fat
yeah.
YouTuber.
Oh
it was
my
the dumbest
God.
shit I've ever
Did she
seen.
kick
I've
his
seen
ass?
No,
regular-
she beat the fuck out of him.
Hell yeah!
They've had like regular
so
house
immobile.
mom versus professional fighter.
Oh, they have.
Hey, like she's just getting
Yeah. She
pummeled.
comes walking out there with her
Like,
ponytail,
dude.
like hands up like this.
Die.
Like, just
like it looks
no,
like they pulled
no.
somebody out of the crowd. Like, hey, lady, would you like to fight her?
You know
and
what
she
it
said
is?
yes.
You know what it is? One of those promoters is like, you know what, babe? You've been talking a lot of shit lately.
Yeah, I know.
I think, you know what? You should get in the ring.
Yeah.
You should get in the ring with Olga over here. And Olga's...
Olga wins. Olga wins every time.
Man, that's so fucked up.
Yeah, it is. But you know
That
what?
sounds horrible.
It is. But
is.
what I want to see is, like, those night leagues. Like, have you seen, like, they get dressed in full armor? They're, like,
Oh,
dull
yeah.
blades, dull maces.
It usually just turns into a fight though. Like,
Yeah.
'cause they
turn
can't
into
kill each other with the
brawls.
sword.
It's fucking dope.
So it ends up
Well,
with
just
one guy.
wait till next month.
Well,
That
yes.
sounds fair, duh.
But no, but they do this in, like, leagues in the UK, I think.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
literally
pretty
just ends up
wild.
with one guy sitting on top of another guy in full armor, bashing his head in with a fucking shield.
No, that's
Like
a
they always
CTE
pick the
league.
heaviest thing. Yeah, but I don't know.
It's just blunt force trauma all over the place.
Slap League. I mean, I'm into some crazy stuff. I'll tune in for a bare knuckle fight now and then. But
So they have an obstacle course they can run around on while they're fighting in teams.
yeah,
Yeah,
you.
that's pretty good.
Like, look, he's got one guy on his
Yeah,
leg,
yeah,
and
yeah,
while he's
yeah.
trying to fight the other. I mean, like,
no, thank you.
Oh my god.
fall off that while holding somebody's neck. Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
man, that's pretty great. Yeah. All right, so for those of you who can't watch Eddie's handheld video during the podcast,
It's pretty good though for those who didn't
I've-
see it.
it's pretty good.
I've put videos
Please-
up on
please
our,
tell people
on
where
our
to find
previous
it.
podcast.
Please tell
Yeah,
people where
yeah.
to find
I'll put it in.
All right.
Yeah,
all
are
right,
you
all right.
watching our stuff, Nelson?
Yeah, yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
if
of
you
course.
just search 5-on-5 MMA parkour, it pops up.
Listen, hold on a second.
Doesn't
If
even
there is a
sound like a
video
real
of
thing.
me out there, I'm watching it.
Probably a lot on 5-on-5.
Well played,
I'm
sir.
not gonna lie,
Go
I
fuck
like that.
yourself.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So I say let's jump into some TV shows we may or may not have missed.
How about we just get on the list and we'll
I
see what we
forgot
think of
one.
it?
Yes, right?
Let's see what we think of it. You know?
Doom Patrol, the new season Doom Patrol came out like at the very end.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yes,
I'm
I
caught
gotta
I
up
haven't
to
seen the
up until
finale,
there.
but oh my god,
Is it good?
Okay.
I rewatched like
haven't watched Doom
all
Patrol.
of them, but just because I live
I
around
watched
Fraser.
Doom Patrol is great.
I watched
I love
Titans.
Doom Patrol.
It's such an oddity of a TV show, or like a superhero TV show. It's almost
I
like TV,
love
like
it.
superhero meets.
You just like Brendan Fraser.
Well, no, but I like the
He's
whole.
great.
I like everybody in it.
Yeah, he's great though. I mean,
It's just
okay,
overall good
weird,
and
other weird
enjoyable.
shows like that, right? We could go on along the categories of The Umbrella Academy.
Oh,
Yep.
so good.
Still haven't seen the new season because I'm waiting for a certain someone to fucking finish the second
Bro,
season.
it is fantastic. I would absolutely recommend watching The Umbrella
listens.
Academy if you haven't seen it. And you know what? That's what we could do. We'll go down the list and we'll say personally recommend.
Yeah, we can
not
run down
recommend,
and see what.
didn't
Yeah.
Yeah,
see it,
I've
you
seen
know
the
what I
first 2 seasons. I recommend the Umbrella
So,
Academy.
Umbrella
I
Yeah,
love
Academy.
the Umbrella
absolutely.
I'm just
Academy.
waiting
I
for
like
someone
weird
else to
shit
catch
like
up.
that,
So do
though.
I. And I like a show that you don't see every angle coming.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
some shows are too predictable.
Yeah,
just like
and,
Doom
and,
Patrol.
and sure, like
Yeah,
have
yes,
characters
exactly.
in there,
Fucking butts
have characters in there
attacking
that aren't like all omnipotent. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it's not like a team of superheroes where it's like, oh, that guy's a carbon copy of this guy.
Right.
One dude just has giant hands. He's kind of strong. One
Yep.
guy's just a kid. The other dude's like he can summon ghosts, Cthulhu's. I'm like, what the fuck?
And
Like,
he's a fucking raging drug addict.
Oh, yeah.
Which
And
makes him the
that's
best
his
because
power.
of it.
That's his power.
His
Yeah.
powers
He's a drug
only
addict.
work when he's sober.
He can't OD.
And he can't stay
He
sober.
can't OD. He just, you know. That's awesome.
Yeah, and he kills that role though. Like he's one
Yes.
of my
He's-
favorite characters on the show.
My friend
Klaus?
met him in England.
Oh,
Yeah.
was he cool like in person or was he
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
jerk?
yeah.
Yeah, he seems like one of those guys.
It's
that
always
could
good
go
when they're
either
actually
way.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, like he's either super cool, like
When
the
you
way
meet
he's
your heroes,
portrayed, or
they
he's just
suck.
an asshole. You know.
Yeah, no. He
Okay,
said he
all
was
right.
nice and stuff.
Another show. This is a personal favorite of mine. Definitely like in my top 5 TV shows of last year. Peacemaker.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna learn the
Recommend.
dance so bad.
Peacemaker.
Recommend. Best opening song of 2022.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
As a matter of fact, Ian has been practicing the dance to do it
I wanna
right
do it
here
too.
live on the Sofa Kingdom, right?
I have, yeah. And
I'll do it with you.
I have
I
my
wanna do
piece.
it.
Bro, I'll do it with you.
Peacemaker-
I wanna do
Peacemaker-
it.
You want to do it?
Yeah,
Peacemaker
I wanna
G-string?
learn how to do it
Eddie?
so bad.
Eddie,
Eddie?
I'm in.
I can do
I'm
it.
in. Come
One
on.
of us.
Listen, you can just be the
One of
weird guy with
us.
like
One of
the
us.
mop bucket from.
You can be the dad.
You could be like the janitor and just swing on by, bro. Come on.
Can I be racist dad?
You could be racist.
I wanna
dad.
be racist dad.
How could we not portray you as racist? No, actually, you got to be John Cena.
Why?
You're the only one with the stature big enough to be a John
Yeah.
Cena.
You're the big white guy on the couch. How are you
This-
not going to
yeah.
be John
Yeah.
Cena?
2023 and we talk like this. Oh,
Eddie,
Oh,
my God,
oh.
you racist
I
bastard.
dream of a day where Ed
Well,
will
actually,
judge people by
Do
the
we,
content
do
of
we
their
not
character.
have eyes? Are we not allowed to use them anymore?
Not
No.
2023, sir.
No, we are not. Cannot use
All right,
accurate descriptions.
Peacemaker 10 out of 10 recommend.
All right,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely
Yes.
recommend
For sure.
100%.
Can't get
All
enough
right,
of it.
all right. Next show
making a
down the
season
list:
2.
Lord of the Rings.
I
A lot of
absolutely
controversy.
enjoyed it.
A lot of controversy around this one.
I loved it
Serious
personally.
fans there.
Yep.
I thought it
People
was.
don't like black elves. I don't know.
I thought it was better. I thought it was
That's
better
right.
than House
Can't
of
have
Dragons.
black dwarves. How dare you?
Black Dwarf, my bro, Durin's wife,
Uh-huh.
favorite character. in
She
the
was
whole show.
hilarious.
She was phenomenal.
Amazing
Hilarious.
voice. My favorite.
She killed the
character in
role.
whole
She
show.
was
loved-
perfect.
I loved the
I
main,
was like, what the hell?
the main lead, with the blonde hair, the main elf.
Oh, Galadriel.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved her. I thought she was not only hot, but she just like delivered that strong role. Like she had that strong leading
elves
woman
are
role
hot.
Gotta be
presence.
hot. Gotta be
Like
elf.
it didn't feel
Yeah.
forced.
She
You know what
was
I mean?
actually believable as the character.
correct. Correct. It
I'm a
didn't feel
Tolkien.
forced at
Yeah,
all.
I'm a Tolkien fan, so I had a lot of like weird caveats about it. It's like one, I was the CGI in the first episode with the troll.
Right.
I was like, oh, these fight scenes could be a little cheesy. This
But
might
then it
suck.
got better.
Plus, it looked like the guy they got Elrond, like he looked like a nutsack on his head, like me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, he can't be an elf. He's too ugly. He
Yeah,
can't be
he
an
was
ugly
full
elf. Like,
Ian. He was full Ian.
yeah, you can't go nutsack for
yeah,
him.
yeah.
But other than that, I ended up enjoying it too. As
Yeah.
it went on, I ended up liking it. And you know what? It's just another great fantasy show. Just enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
just put your Tolkien racism to the side and just fucking watch the show. Okay, it's not bad.
What about
Not
you?
bad.
Did you watch it?
No, I'm not a big Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
person.
Okay, if you're not,
I'm not
might-
Lord of the Rings
if you're not
or
into
like
it,
You
that's
Star
might
okay.
Wars.
enjoy it then because you don't have any like all this bias of the books and movies and shit that you're like, oh,
Yeah.
It's in
you
the
can't
bank,
do
like,
this.
You
rah,
might-
like
rah.
you were talking about. If I'll watch it when I watch it.
How dare you
Yeah.
make a fantasy show fantasy?
Sort of thing.
I mean, if
I'd
you're-
rather go live out my fantasy life.
yeah, there you go.
At Renaissance Fair,
Okay,
you know,
all right,
like,
all right,
go
all right.
do-
I wasn't sure where you were going.
Yeah, no, you gotta
Yeah.
finish. You gotta finish that 'cause
Yeah. I was like, what kind
everybody's
of, what are we
waiting
talking
for
here?
the,
What kind of
where
fantasy
this is
talking
going.
about? Okay, let's go.
As I
Ed?
told her at corsets and day drink.
Recommended? Not recommended.
Oh yeah, I already said yeah.
I'd say 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 recommended.
I would give it.
Unless
a
you're
9.
racist,
I
then
would.
you're
I
not
would
gonna
give
like
it a
it.
9 out of 10. I would give it a 9
There
out
you
of
go.
10.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say 9 works.
Next TV show on the list we have here, Reacher.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen
Haven't
it.
seen it.
Loved it.
The
right.
actor,
Loved
the
it.
actor I like. He was
He looks
in
pretty big.
Okay, if
The-
you're into
Pretty big
these
guy.
like TV shows where like you're gonna get street justice from like an ex-military guy who doesn't give a
Punisher?
fuck about the law, kind of like the
Punisher?
Punisher, because he's like an anti-hero.
This is sounding like a white guy
But-
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
What channel's it on?
It's like if you're
Street
just like,
judge the street.
like he's working with the cops and like fucking people up. They're like, all right, but go over there and behave. He's like, yeah, absolutely. You going through the front, I'm going through the back. He's going in through the back, fucking them all up, shooting them. The cops come through the front. He's like, well, he pulled a gun on me. He was like, I don't know. I don't think he did. I think you shot him first. And then, but you didn't hate him for it. You were like, you know what? He's killing the bad guys. I'm all for it.
That's how they got me in Avatar, you know? They
Yeah.
made the bad guys whalers.
So we'll move on since you guys didn't watch it, but I definitely give it a hardcore recommend. I give it like a 7 out of 10. It's just fun.
Just
to
hearing
watch.
about it, I give it an 8, you know?
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds-
just
sounds,
fun to
you know,
watch.
I like the
sounds
Punisher.
right up my alley.
All right, the next show we got House of Dragons. Eddie, we'll start with you this time.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you like about it?
Oh
or-
no, I did like it. I liked the Lord of the Rings better. I'm not
I.
as big of a fan of the whole like political intrigue and all that kind of stuff, but it's definitely worth the watch. And now that they're through like the 36 births, so hopefully they can actually
Probably more
build
coming. Probably more coming.
on something from here going forward, and stop with the character switch out and all that other kind of nonsense. If you can get past that, it's absolutely worth watching at
Yeah.
the very least. At
Like-
least give the first few episodes a bit of a watch.
Yeah.
I only watched it because Ian was in it.
And what'd you think?
Oh, there you go. It's true. How'd I do? Did I do okay?
She's a fan of the Ian Man.
Did I do all right?
The show's very confusing. I still haven't gotten through all of it yet.
Really?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
This is too confusing.
You know what it is? I think
There's a
if
lot
you
of
have
characters,
Everybody's
a lot
got
of,
the
like,
same fucking name.
hard
Yep.
names.
Characters
That's
know
the
it's very
caveats.
hard
The
to-
caveats
it's very
with
hard to
the
follow.
caveats with it
Yeah.
are like it has big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But, like-
It's living up to Game of Thrones. HBO's
Yeah.
arguably
And did you
biggest
see
show
Game
ever
of
besides The
Thrones?
Sopranos.
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
loved
See,
Game of
me
Thrones
too.
besides the
I
last
like
season.
Game of Thrones as well. Much better than House of Dragon.
Well, yeah,
And
because it's
it's just
It's
a
this-
different way of
it's-
telling the story.
It's like another reboot. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
it jumps
not, like,
it jumps around a lot.
not a reboot
and
fan.
Ed's right. There's so many births, and the Targaryens
Yeah,
are not
like-
creative with their names.
They're
Yeah.
not.
They are not.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Like-
it's really hard to learn characters with all.
I
the,
hope they
the,
kill
the
more of
weird
them off so I can
names.
But
be
then
okay,
you also
like-
have characters where they change the actor that's doing it, but it's the
Yeah.
same person.
Yeah.
And those things start really throwing things out of whack. But then the
I
age
like the
of
first
the
actress.
characters,
Too.
like the age of the characters wasn't quite lining up what they were supposed to be, where you're like, well, they're only supposed to be like 2 years apart. This dude's twice his size, slapping him around. What the hell is happening with the aging of the
Yeah.
character?
Matt
like they
Smith
really
never changed ever.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say
He's
the
apparently
hair.
like,
he's ageless apparently, where everybody
got
else
his
is
hair.
being
Yeah.
swapped
he,
out
he
around.
was like
him.
the Tom
got his
Cruise
hair.
of the Targaryen family. Fucking ageless, bro.
He cut his hair, and that was about it.
All right, so
I would recommend it. I'd say 9 out of 10. I liked it a
I'll say
little
you
more in
liked
Lord of the
it.
Rings just because it was like a darker, and plus I'm big into the Game of Thrones like
Sure.
mythos, and I do like the political intrigue. Kind of I like it a little bit. Like I
Yeah.
like
I
when this
hate
house is trying to
politics.
fuck this house over.
Yeah.
This guy's jacking off,
Same.
looking at the Queen's feet. I was like, I could get behind this.
Yeah, of course you could.
That's-
Of
that's
course
it.
you could.
I
he
can get
nailed
behind
it.
this.
It's
He's
the
like,
jacking
"That's
off
my
to the
guy."
feet, and he's
That's
like,
my
I'm
guy.
in.
That's my
I'm
guy.
in. I give it a 7 out of
Is
10.
that your character?
My
He does
no,
that.
No, I wish.
No. It's the Queen's hand. I give it like a
Queen's
seven.
hand was beaten off to the Queen's
No.
feet.
It was the
hand
Queen's.
was
It was
beaten
the
to the
Queen's
feet.
foot.
Yes, he was. I give it a 7 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. Original Game of Thrones was better to me.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So was The Rings of Power.
Queen's feet weren't even that nice.
Ed, what about you? What are you giving it? What?
They weren't
Can't
even-
hear you. Maybe you stop eating Danish.
No,
What?
a 7.
A 7.
Okay.
Like I said,
Dana?
it's definitely worth watching. Give it the first few episodes, and
Mm-hmm.
if you can keep up and you're enjoying it, go ahead. But
I can hear my brother
it
already being
definitely
angry.
doesn't
I gave it a
Yeah.
nine.
change in
Alright.
terms of characters constantly being dropped out and replaced and whatnot.
Shay was angry that there was too much birth in the show. He was like, "There's
I
always
agree.
birth scenes." I was like, "Fucking relax, dude."
Why
Really,
does he make that noise?
I agree.
He starts.
And
breathing
I
heavy.
wanted, I think the biggest misstep for me is
Sorry, Shay, about
I
your breathing
wanted to
problems.
see the war.
Yes.
I wanted to see
It's
more
coming, man.
fighting.
No,
They
but
killed
that
her
was
son.
the first thing I said.
Spoiler
Where like
alert.
they had a 1-year war, and they showed 30 seconds of it.
Yeah.
Which on that beach was pretty goddamn epic.
It was, but
It
it
was.
should have ended with that epic. We could have had at least a whole episode that was
Yes.
just the war.
Yeah.
Instead of like, he's sending reinforcements. Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna run onto the beach. Like, come on,
I mean, who doesn't
show
love a good
something.
siege?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
They're like, no, instead, let's talk about politics.
Game of Thrones had some good fights.
Let's get
I mean,
past this and have another birth.
Yeah.
So, Dana, what
what I
about
like.
you? What are you giving it? What's your score
What?
out of 10?
What, the Rings of Power?
No.
I didn't see
She's
it.
like,
Dragon.
she's,
Oh, dragons?
she's.
I haven't gotten through all of it. I don't know what is going on.
Okay, you're fine.
like,
You're
We're really
good.
loud.
You're
We're
good.
really
You're
loud.
good. Okay.
now.
She got lost for a second there. It's all right.
okay.
We
Yeah,
forgive
if
you.
you
We
don't-
forgive
Because I
you.
could have sworn you said Rings of Power, and then
We
I
did.
was
And then
like,
we moved on to.
If you
then
don't-
we went back
If
to
you don't
House.
talk on top of Nelson, you won't get any words in.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
won't.
then
This
we,
is true.
Then we went back to House.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still
yeah.
haven't seen all of
Okay.
it, so I'm
No
just
worries. No worries.
like, I'm like a solid 5 right now, like right in the
Okay.
middle.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay,
That's
we'll
fair.
give that. All right, we'll go on to Miss Marvel, Ian's favorite hero show of 2022. Look, I liked it. I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. I thought it was a show
Maybe
meant
you're
for
just
kids.
like-
I thought it was a show meant for kids, trying to put more kids in. They're trying to bring in
Yeah.
the young Avengers. So I appreciate it for what it was. I don't think it was meant for me as a grown ass adult man, but I can still watch it and say, all right, it's a
You
cool
can skip
Marvel
it. You can
ad.
skip it. She somehow swaps with Miss Marvel at the end of the season. There you go. Done. Boom. She
Ben.
makes big sparkly hands appear.
She swaps because of the bangle.
Well, she gets all her power from a mystical Indian bangle that was handed to her by a fairy from Pakistan. I don't know. It was hard to follow. Anyway, you can skip that one. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. It's really bright.
So it's a not recommend, Eddie.
If you're already in the Marvel universe, you might have to watch it. It's probably once the next Marvel's movie comes out,
That's how they get you.
it's going to be
Yeah.
recommended viewing because
Yeah.
you're going to wonder, where is this character from? What is she doing?
Pretty much.
And why is she here in place of Carol Danvers?
Right.
Okay.
Why are the sparkly hands here?
Let's
Yes.
go into something
Pretty
everybody might like more, a little better. Marvel Universe still. She-Hulk.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
She-Hulk.
I loved it.
She-Hulk, I'm gonna give an 8. It was really
Yeah.
untraditional of most Marvel shows.
Yep.
But out of all the Marvel shows that they put on Disney Plus, I would say She-Hulk was closest to the comic book.
Yes.
And how they
I really
write the
liked
actual
it.
comic
Yeah.
book.
And I like the actress. I thought it was
Oh, she
funny. I
so
thought it was dope.
funny.
I didn't like how they were
Yeah,
constantly
she was.
acting like she was unattractive. Like she can't find a
That-
man.
yes.
One, you're a
Yes.
fucking smoke show, even when you're not giant and green.
Yep.
And 2, you're a lawyer. What?
Yes.
How are you not? How are you single? It was-
But which
whatever.
version did you prefer?
Big green girl.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, me too. Big green girl.
Toss me around. Those
I
are
mean-
big ass feet, man.
I mean, if she walked in the room, big green girl, you're gonna be like,
What happened? I blacked out. What happened? What happened? I blacked out.
I don't know. It always goes back to feet with you.
I don't know, man.
I don't.
We always come back to the source material.
So I definitely
Anyway,
recommend
8 out
it.
of 10.
It was
That's-
supposed to be comedic. It was comedic. The
It
comic
delivered.
was always very much comedic. It was very much break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
They literally, part of the end episode, they stole from one of the comics where she
Right.
breaks out, goes to the writer's room, and is like, "The fuck you guys are
Yeah,
doing
I like
here,"
I like that.
which
That
was good. I did see one person that had some valid criticism where they were like, the scene where Bruce is trying to explain to her how to control rage, and she's like talking down to him. The person was pointing out, hey, let's not remember he has the Hulk as a complete alternate personality because he was abused so much as a child. He has
True.
split personality. So maybe he does have something he can teach her about controlling rage and anger. But it was supposed to be a comedic, lighthearted show. I don't
Sure.
think they wanted to get
Dive into that. They
hey,
didn't wanna
Bruce
dive
has
into
been
that.
abused
Yeah,
so
Bruce had a
much.
horrible
So
childhood.
they
Right.
steered away from that, which when you look at it from the point of it's supposed to be comedic, yeah, I
Right,
get it. That's not necessarily what the show was
That
supposed
was
to be
that
about.
was a choice. But I think the scene that stole it for me was the Charlie Cox walk of shame.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
oh my
When
God,
Daredevil
I
in
love
his
that.
full
No
costume,
shoes.
no shoes,
He's
walking
like,
down
hey,
the block, I was like,
walking
you know
past
what?
somebody.
Well done, sir.
Yes.
It was good.
It
I
was
really
good.
liked that
Yeah.
part.
That was definitely the scene that I
I'm
enjoyed the most.
super excited for
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah.
She-Hulk, you should definitely check out.
I
It was
highly
so
recommend
good.
it. I'm gonna put it up there with like another 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. If you like a good comedy and some superhero shit,
I have
Go
zero
for it.
idea of how much it'll be relevant to the rest of the universe, but it's definitely worth
it doesn't
the
all
watch.
have to tie in, right?
No.
It
No,
could
it
just
doesn't.
be a standalone and funny or serious or whatever it's trying to deliver.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, so now let's go on to. I hate this show. With all of my being, it's getting rave reviews from Star Wars fans.
Oh
Okay,
my
I don't need to-
God.
I don't need to listen.
It's
Oh,
called
don't.
Andor, and it is a hard pass.
4
It is
out of 10. It's a pile
it's
of
a
shit.
1 out of 10 for me.
Oh wow.
It is
Wow.
good.
Wow.
It is that bad. There was maybe 1 or 2 scenes where I'm like, the show is picking up, and then it fails for 2 more episodes.
Yeah, the character sucks.
Yeah.
The character sucks.
I wasn't into it. Didn't like it. Didn't need it.
I mean, you know where it ends. It ends with the man, self-sacrifice dying on the planet.
Yep.
So we know where it's going in the next few seasons. And the first season itself, it was some episodes were fantastic and others were just a slog to get
Yeah.
through. It was very
It's too slow.
Yeah.
Too
yeah.
slow. Nothing
they
happening.
really could have cut out a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
and had it getting to just the heist.
Yeah.
The whole first episode, by the end of it, you're like, this dude is an asshole.
Yeah.
Why would you root for him?
Yeah.
And then they spend the rest of the season kind of undoing what they fucked up with the first episode.
Yeah, and you have a universe of Star Wars that has so many cool things like alien races, lightsabers, the Force. Let's put none of
Space
that
Wizards.
in
Yeah.
here. Let's put none of that
Yeah.
in
I
here.
cannot say
None
it
of
enough. Fucking Space Wizards. That's why I'm watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
Give me a Space Wizard.
And there wasn't one. There wasn't
No,
a
it's,
single
it's
space
a hard
wizard.
pass for
As
all
a
of us, I
costume for Red
believe.
Fair.
Yeah.
Space
So-
Wizard.
Here's one we all seen that I think was another enjoyable Netflix original, Wednesday.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Dana,
Yes.
we'll let you start off with this one. Go for it. What do you like about Wednesday?
I mean, it was just I really like the little werewolf girl too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I feel like that's my personality. I like my dark, and then I like my pastels. Like I really enjoyed
when
it.
she
And,
changed-
like
when
the,
she changed
the
Burton
dance moves, like
aesthetic.
I watched that scene.
When she changed into a werewolf and she had still the dye in her hair,
Yeah.
I lost my fucking mind.
And like
I-
I
I
just
was like, her
I
hair's
really
still
liked
dyed.
it.
I like the cello. Is it the cello she was playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the cello
Yeah.
scene when she's out there. She's on the roof, and everybody still kind of hates her, but they're like, "Damn, she can play a fucking cello." That shit was hard. Like even the dean was like, "I hate this bitch," but she's tapping her feet.
Yeah.
I'm so happy they had her.
Yeah.
She played really good in that role.
Oh yes.
Yes.
She's been in a lot of shows from that one to the next one that
Sandman.
we'll talk about. The
Sandman.
Sandman.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
I
good.
think from Game of Thrones to this, like she's just an excellent actress.
Yeah.
So she
has.
deserves to be in these roles. But
Brienne of
Wednesday,
Tarth has come a long way.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
Wednesday. I definitely give it like another 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. It
Mine's
was a
like
good
an
watch.
8. I
I'd give
really
it. I'd
liked
give it a 9. I loved
yeah,
it.
8, 9.
And it blew me away because the whole
I finished
dark
it quick.
thing
Yeah.
about it, like
Yes.
And
when
then
I even got
You
a little.
kind of expect the end, but then you kind of don't.
I
So
did.
it's like a
Yes, I
weird
did.
turn.
Because it keeps twisting you back and forth. You're like,
Yeah.
aha,
Yeah.
it's her. Wait, no, it's him.
Yeah.
And I like how they
Turn
go
again.
into like the past of the parents
Yeah.
and stuff
And
like
what
that.
I like
weirded
it.
me
The
out,
secrets.
what weirded me out about it is like first it's a show about the Addams family, so I'm
Yes.
like,
Yep.
not another one of this. And then I saw they were gonna go the school route, and I'm like, oh my god, how many times have we done this and everything? I was like, this is gonna be awful. I loved it.
Yeah.
I ate my words. Jenna Ortega killed it, and I was like, if you'd have told me that I was going to enjoy a show about Wednesday Addams in a school-themed show, I would have been like,
Yep.
you're fucking drunk.
But I tell
No,
you what, where
I
they
loved
went
it.
right was that little promo with the piranhas.
Yes.
That sold me. I was like,
Oh,
you
it
know
did.
what?
Biting
I'm
that
gonna
kid's
watch it.
nuts? Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah. Oh my god.
Yes. Unlike the Munsters, the
Oh, no,
Oh my
that's
God.
not
The
on here.
preview-
my
the
God.
preview-
No,
You've
yeah,
seen it.
for Wednesday was like, yeah, I'm on
Refused.
board. I'm gonna
That's how
watch
you do
this.
it. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do
So
it.
let's go into another TV show from Netflix that we all thought was. I thought it was amazing. Actually, this is probably one of the few ones that's gonna get like a 9 out of 10 for me. Sandman. I
Yep.
loved
Good.
it. Loved it. Loved
Yeah,
it.
9 out
As
of 10.
somebody
all
that
the way
doesn't
through.
know
9 out of
that
10.
universe very well, it made me want to go back and learn more
Yes.
about it. Like I rewatched
Absolutely.
the Constantine films and stuff like that.
Yes.
And like I really, really enjoyed it.
I thought the theme, the pacing. Some people
So
thought maybe it started a little slow. I was like, no, the pacing was perfect
Yeah.
for what they were trying to deliver. So if you watch it from beginning to end, there was a great payoff. And then when the show you thought it was over, they're like, oh, we have a bonus episode.
Yeah.
Boom. And
Everybody
they
was
got
so
that in.
pretty in that show. I spent the whole show being like sexually confused. The
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah,
I was like,
he wanted to meet death like for the first time. He's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, Desire?
Oh,
my
no,
God.
Desire was
Yeah.
your
I was like,
main-
wait a minute.
yeah,
What,
that
what
was
is
your
that?
jam.
What the hell is that? What they I was like, what? What are we dealing with here? This isn't real life.
Yeah. You know, you can meet him in like one of those cosplay
No, I will not.
conventions.
I will not go. I will go to prison that day. Fuck. I know when I'm outmatched. I'm done.
I'm not sure how far they got into the comics, but I do know that they got some more to go. So they do have some runway to keep going with the show.
I do hope that there is a season 2. I haven't heard anything
Yeah, we still
about
haven't
it
met
yet.
the
I'm
Destruction
pretty
yet.
sure there is.
I hope so too, and I think
It has to be.
they would do a great injustice if
I
they
mean,
didn't
I feel
move
like
forward
if they
with
did
it.
bonus episodes, I feel like they have to come out with a season 2.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Even if they just
Personally.
came out with a couple standalone episodes here and there, I'd watch them.
I would.
I'd watch
Yeah.
every one of them. So I really liked it. Another show that I thought was really good that you guys might have seen is Moon Knight.
Yep. Excellent.
I thought Moon Knight was excellent. I'll probably give it a 7 out of 10.
I'd give it a 7-2, 8 if you count the hippo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And it does kind of stand on its own as well.
It
It's
really
in the
can.
Marvel universe, but it really is its own self-contained for the most part.
Sure.
Yeah. Again, somebody that's not familiar with the comic, like I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
Yeah, the mythology, the Egyptian
Yes.
mythology, the whole way it was told, the story.
It
The
was,
actor
it was
did
done
such a
very
great
well.
job.
Yeah, he did
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
Shifting from character to character, I
For
was like,
sure.
oh my god.
And like personality.
Okay, which
and
was your
stuff.
favorite personality though?
I don't know, dude. The cab driver at the end.
Damn, I was gonna say the same
man.
thing.
He was some ruthless shit.
Yes.
I was like, what the hell?
Like when they blacked out and shit got real, that was the motherfucker that was coming out.
That's the
So,
guy that was yes.
I
Yeah,
thought-
and he's been there the whole time. They had
Oh,
little hints of
Yeah.
him here and there popping up.
Yeah.
Like in the therapist's office when he goes to like grab the thing to hit. Yeah, so like he was in there. They just like they kept sneaking him in until the
Yes.
very end. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, we know that there's another one. here he is.
It was good to see Ethan Hawke too, coming like as the villain. It was good to see him in the role. So that was good.
So one that we missed on our previous conversations, and we did it a disservice because it's fantastic show. Another 9 out of 10 for me, maybe a 10 out of 10.
What? 10 out of 10,
Vikings
sir.
Valhalla.
Yeah.
Vikings Valhalla was a surprising rendition of more Vikings that I didn't know
That
I
comes out
wanted,
next week.
and I fucking needed
That
it.
comes out next
and
week.
it was so good. It was so good.
Thursday.
It made me not want to finish watching the other one with Uther from Bebbenber.
Uther from Burlington.
Oh my god.
Burlington Goat Factory.
Listen,
I love Last Kingdom.
I watched all of Last
I was
Kingdom.
literally about to bring it
I
up.
watched
like,
all of Last
in
Kingdom.
a second.
That last season was weak though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was weak
last season
sauce.
was not that
It
good, but
was.
like,
It didn't
I
deliver
waited
the
years
goods.
for that guy to get to
I love
Bebbenberg,
his little
and he finally
Scottish
got
best
there.
friend.
Yeah. Yeah, once you got the
So good.
Bebbenber,
He's why I started growing my hair. Uhtred is why I started growing my hair because I was
As
watching that
one
show
should.
years ago. Yes.
As one
I
should.
mean, do you guys not remember the original Vikings?
Oh,
I do.
Yeah, no, the original
And
Vikings
I will
was
say Valhalla.
fantastic.
The original Vikings is amazing, but I will say Vikings Valhalla started stronger.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
I feel like
know what I mean?
Valhalla's more educational,
Yes.
personally.
But-
There's some wokeness. There's definitely some wokeness in the show,
No,
and
but
I'm
here-
okay with it. But yeah.
Here's the thing.
I remember the one chieftain came out for the village and it was a black woman. I was like,
Yeah.
hold on here, whoa. We are in Norway.
Yeah.
All right? Like, do you really? Never mind. Never
No,
mind.
listen.
I was like, okay.
There is no replacing Lagertha.
It's okay.
No.
Lagertha is the baddest Viking woman.
Yeah, she was
What's her
something.
Period. Lagertha.
Okay,
That's good.
I thought you were saying
He said
Lagertha.
Lagerther.
Yeah, I
That
was
sounded
like-
like a special
Well,
liquor
no.
show.
Oh, he was.
That's how you spell it.
He was.
Lagerther?
Uh-huh.
That's how you spell it, though. So like, I
Lagertha.
understand
It
that. But
sounded
I'm
like lacquer, like paint thinner.
Yeah, exactly.
that's my
Yeah,
shit.
we're gonna remodel this
I'm
house.
basing-
we need some Lagerther up there on the edge
I'm
there.
basing my Viking costume off of Ivo's
Oh, nice.
with like the raven skull crown and stuff like
Alright,
that, and
that's dope.
like the blood priestess for
Okay.
this year.
All right.
Nice,
The
nice.
Renaissance fair.
Nice.
So, definitely highly recommend. What do you give it?
I'd give it a 9. I really enjoyed it. I think that they tied in some new characters that we actually care about.
Yes.
I like what oh my god, the dude, the traveler, the guy that discovered America.
The Iceland, Greenland.
Yeah.
I know it's been a hot minute since I watched
my favorite
it.
character is
Eric the
Harold.
Red?
My favorite character is Harold of Norway.
Eric the Red?
So, no, it's I'll think of it.
Leaf
Erickson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leaf Erickson.
That's why I said educational because
Yes.
Leif Erikson.
Because it follows him. It follows him and some people
Yeah.
from Greenland, his sister.
Yeah.
They meet Harold of Norway, who's just like jacked fucking warrior king. And
It's all
like,
loosely based on their legends.
Yes.
Even the
Yeah.
original one with Ivar the Boneless
Yes.
and Bjorn
really good. It's
Ironside,
really
and
good.
they're all there. I think what happened was everybody really loved Ragnar so much that when he left the show, it was still good, but there was still kind of like a little hole there because he depicted that character so brilliantly. You know, that like when he left the show, it was like, show's still great, but it's like,
He's not there. Like when Rick left
You missed
Walking
him.
Dead.
yes, exactly. There was just a hole left in my heart. Yeah. So I think we'll give some honorable mentions real quick and then jump into a couple of movies.
Sounds good.
So some honorable mentions because they weren't the greatest. They were definitely mid all the way. Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett, Willow.
You broke my heart, Ron Howard.
Yeah. So I feel like those were good enough to like, hey, if you got some time to waste and watch
Yeah.
something like that, you could jump into. I don't know if you guys disagree
They're
or
not,
agree
gonna-
with
none
that.
of those are
Watched
going to
them.
change your life.
Yeah, none of them are going to change your life. 2 shows that I know that me and Eddie watch that you guys don't watch that were absolutely fantastic and I would love to mention are Star Trek Strange Worlds
Strange
and
New
Star
Worlds.
Trek Discovery.
Yep.
Both of those, if you're a Star Trek, if you're a Trekkie,
Shrekkie.
absolutely have to watch. They are the best of all of the
Yep.
Star Trek shows
No,
that have been put out in
Lower
a very
Decks
long time.
as well.
And the cartoon Lower Decks,
Lower Decks
honorable
is,
mention.
is great for just the comedic value because that's all it is.
Yes.
It's just they're making fun of the Star Trek universe. It's very Futurama-esque.
As they
Yes.
should.
Yes.
Which is it's fantastic. There's so many
It's
so
funny?
many yes. So many of the little things that you watch in Star Trek where you're like, that they have no problem with making fun of it and keeping it in the Star Trek universe
Is
at
it-
the same time.
Is it kind of like that one show?
The Orbit.
Freaking.
The Orville.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it is.
Family
With
Guy?
Chris-
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Family
was
Guy.
thinking with
A little bit, but
Problem.
it really just leans into being a cartoon and being a comedy.
Yeah,
It's a
and
cartoon?
actually,
Yes.
ties into all of the Star Trek lore. They actually even have cartoon versions of the original, like Picard and Janeway.
Q shows up,
Q
like
shows
always.
up.
Yep.
Quark shows
Captain
up.
Picard was my captain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Until he made the actual show Picard, which is why I'm not mentioning it, because Picard is so trash.
Listen.
It's like watching Liam Neeson get
Sir
into
Patrick
an MMA
Stewart
fight.
is a
He's
treasure.
too old for that
He's a
shit.
treasure.
The rest of the show was good. It's just
I just want to rub his
it
bald
is-
head.
it's unbelievable to watch a 100-year-old
Yeah,
man
he is
go on an adventure.
he's a little old to run around on the adventure. Everybody else is very much more
Taken 6.
believable. They gave a proper ending for Q there, which
Yes.
actually was really well done.
Yeah, and Seven of Nine was my original Star Trek crush. I don't know if you've ever seen that delightful Borg woman, but
You got a
she
Borg
would
fetish?
make you love robots.
You got a Borg fetish?
cyborgs. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. 7 of 9. Google
All
it.
right, man.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
I'm
yes.
sure they come with attachments.
All right, so this is how I figured we could dive into some movies. I'm gonna throw at you some of the movies that I know we all hated. And you're going to give,
Right.
out of these 3 movies, which is a hardcore, I don't recommend you watch that unless you hate yourself.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a sexy Borg.
that's 7 of 9, man.
sexy Borg.
I'm saying, like, as a kid, you watching those spandex, I'm like,
I'll tell you
She
what.
looks like the mean substitute teacher
I don't know about 7 or 9.
with the short hair.
I don't know about 7 or 9, but I'll give her 5.5.
That was good.
All right, let's go. Let's
good.
continue. All right.
I love it. All right, so some movies
On
that
that
we
note.
we all loved
Keep
to
going.
hate, okay? We
Hocus
got
Pocus.
this Hocus
So
Pocus.
bad.
Wow, come on.
So bad.
Wow, she's shitting on it already.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Good for
We're not
you.
even on the
Good
list.
for you. She was so
How are you
excited
taking shots?
to
I was
watch
so
it. She
excited.
threw a
Yeah.
party.
Yep.
And disappointed.
Which was an amazing
Really?
party,
Yeah,
by the
yes,
way.
it was.
No,
It was
it
just
Oh,
Hocus.
like, what the? I love that spread.
I stress cried. So
Well, I know you did.
much.
But
You should not
but
have.
that's why it was a good. That was a good spread.
You can't take responsibility for the movie. Everything else you did was perfect. The food
I
was
know that
great.
movie
Yes.
was just
Company
so
was
bad.
great.
Yes.
Yes.
The movie just didn't hold up to
No,
the
You know what made
original.
it worse?
Then-
Watching it again the next night.
Oh,
The
yes.
acting just got worse progressively. And
Yeah.
I was like, I can't watch it again.
It was
I
too.
can't.
It was
And I
too
still-
campy.
Yeah.
It
Just
was
make
too new age.
just
Too
make
new
the
age
make the
Disney.
bad guys bad guys.
Yeah.
So for Hocus
And it was
Pocus, what do you
too-
guys? What are you
Too
saying?
foreshadowy too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Hardcore pass, right?
3, yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even give it a 3.
You don't
No.
watch. You don't
I'm
watch
putting
that.
it with Christmas Story. That's a hardcore one.
Yeah.
Reboots
For
are
as
no
bad as
good
Christmas
besides
Story
Jay
is for
and the Bob.
Christmas, Hocus
That's it.
Pocus is for Halloween. Don't watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well put, sir.
Yeah. Shittiest Christmas movie was Christmas Story Part 2. Shittiest Halloween movie by far Hocus Pocus.
Shittiest superhero movie. Anybody want to take a guess?
What, Samaritan?
Shittiest.
Ooh, damn it, bro. All right, we might have to fight this out. Morbius,
Oh, Morbius.
or the
Morbius.
Samaritan.
so bad that
Morbius.
everybody forgot about it.
Morbius. No, Morbius.
let's be
Sony
honest.
is legitimately
Nobody
trying to
remembered
pretend it never
Let's
happened.
be honest. Samaritan gave you what you knew you were getting. An old guy over the hill that no longer wanted to be a superhero who
That's
reluctantly had
It's
to be.
Sylvester Stallone. He can do that. We know. You've been through some shit.
Okay.
We get it. Like, you know.
I agree.
Morbius, they
That
tried.
was a superhero. I thought it was a
In fact, at one point in time, didn't Jared Leto say
Not
in the
far
movie,
off.
didn't he say it's Morbin time?
He did.
Didn't he fucking say that? He said it's Morbin time.
I hope he
That
M-O-R-B.
makes me not
I
want to
hope
watch it
he
even
did.
more.
He did play into the online thing and made a little skit playing into the Morbin time thing,
Oh,
which
God.
then ended the meme right along with the second release of the movie, which ended the movie.
Yeah,
All right, so-
exactly.
That's good.
Jeez.
We're gonna go with the worst fantasy epic of 2022 with these 2 movies. The Secret of Dumbledore, the
Okay.
only secret that Dumbledore had.
It wasn't
And
a
then
secret.
We all know.
Jurassic World Dominion.
Jurassic World Dominion. Jurassic World Dominion. Complete pile of fucking shit.
Thank
Listen,
God I haven't seen that one
I would
either.
have-
I haven't seen Jurassic.
You
I would have to
desperately
say,
tried. You
you
desperately
don't
tried
wanna
to
see
sa-
it.
You desperately tried to save a franchise. You brought back all the people
I
that
just
we
want to
love.
watch
All
it
the
for
char-
Papa Goldblum, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
and no, you
Daddy
couldn't even
Goldblum.
save.
How can you fail with Mr. Jeff Goldblum in the cast? That's the only way to do
You
it.
fail by making dinosaurs be able to topple modern societies.
Yep.
That's why. Because
was-
you have a fucking dinosaur keeping up with a jet plane and
You
tearing
think
it
they
apart.
wouldn't?
Yep.
You
No.
think they would learn by the other 20,000 times that they've done it?
Never.
Yes.
If a grizzly bear is afraid of a lawnmower, a fucking dinosaur is going to be afraid of a plane. I'm sorry. It's just the way it goes.
Oh man.
Get
All
out
right.
of here.
I'm with it. I'm with it. All
World
right, we're gonna
shit.
go with.
I'm glad I have,
we'll change the
like,
subject,
Stay away from them.
and we'll go into some better superhero movies. Let's say I'm gonna throw 3 movies in here for contention for best superhero movie of 2022,
Okay.
which we have are Wakanda Forever,
Okay.
Thor, Love and Thunder,
Okay.
and then the third one would be The Batman.
Ew.
So we have three
No, the
for
Batman.
contention. I would say definitely not The Batman.
No,
I thought it was
It was
okay.
too long.
mean, out of
Yes, it
those-
dragged out.
No, if I literally looked at my phone, I'm like, what
Out
time?
of, out
Like
of
it's
those,
been on for that
what would
long.
you say?
None of those are good.
I loved Wakanda Forever.
Now,
I give it.
if we cut out a bunch of the unnecessary politics on the part 2 movie, because there was 2 movies, it probably could have done a little better.
Oh, for the Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 2 fucking movies.
Way too long.
It was
Yeah.
2 movies.
Way too long.
Way
Way
too
too long.
long.
And also, like I said, we watched it so late.
Yes.
At 1:00 in the morning, I don't want to hear
No.
about the political struggle.
Like
and
I
intrigue
enjoyed
in
Patterson playing
Gotham.
Batman. I didn't mind that.
Angry
he,
emo
he
Batman.
was
I liked
he
him.
was believable,
No,
but it
he
started
wasn't.
getting
Batman.
it
I
started
have to
getting a little
disagree.
too much.
He treated Alfred like shit.
My brother
Batman
says,
loves Alfred.
My brother says that Robert Pattinson is his Batman.
What?
Yeah. Look
Well,
at the kid.
Shay, you are no longer
No.
my friend.
No.
But you also have to remember,
buddy.
this is
You
Batman.
told me that in the car. You told me that.
This
man,
is-
you can't take it back.
This is like
Yeah.
when he's first starting out.
Yes.
So he's only just back in town. He's just back dealing with Alfred. He's not. Alfred is there. He's a confidant, but he's not like his number 2 quite yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but
You sound angry, man.
That's how you treat the men that raised you as a child after your parents died.
You mean
I don't know.
the guy that's so hurt? He's running around in a bat costume,
With mascara.
fighting people.
Mascara.
With mascara.
Yeah, but it seems like
As
he's
a
the
hobby.
only one
Not
that's
my
like
Batman.
mean to Alfred and all the other freaking Batman universes.
Okay.
Everybody else is nice to Alfred.
Yeah,
and
Batman's
treats
a
him
sad
with
boy.
respect.
That is
Batman's
true.
a
Christian
sad boy.
Bale
Why-
is
and they all start off too, just like in the other.
was
Yep.
a young boy.
Batman.
Yeah, I agree. So I mean, all right. So,
inside an alley.
so for the Batman, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Giving it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's not gonna be Batman.
It's like a 4, 4-3
Yep.
for me,
All
man.
right, so then we got.
It's gonna make
Sucks.
Shay angry, and I'm gonna say it. I don't give a
was
fuck.
so
I'm going
bad.
Thor: Love and Thunder. I
going
loved how
Thor:
big
Love
and
and
shiny
Thunder?
it was.
Yeah.
I know there was some dumb shit with the kids.
You see his
I know
booty?
they underused fucking
I loved it.
Christian Bale. They underused him, and they could have did
Yeah,
more.
I loved it.
I liked it more.
Yep.
I'm
I liked
sorry.
it.
It was big. It was bright. It was Marvel. They
I-
put a lot of shit in they shouldn't have put in. But I'm sorry.
I would
I
give
love
it an
the
8 out of
goats.
10.
The screaming
All right.
goats.
I would.
Oh, the
Goats did.
fucking
Screaming
goats.
Goats was hilarious.
Yes.
I watched it a second time, and I really did love it. Even
Yeah.
kid fight scene and all.
Yep.
Yeah, the ending I wasn't-
thoroughly
I
Very
enjoyed it.
irresponsible Thor to do
Yeah,
that.
but
About
for
that.
me, you guys are going Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm going Wakanda Forever.
That's fine.
I thought it was emotionally charged.
Yep.
The acting was superb.
Okay.
I loved Namor, the villain.
Yeah.
To me, I need a
he
superhero.
played well. He played the
Managed
role
guy,
very well.
weenie.
Villain. They had to CGI his penis.
They did.
That's a legit thing
balls
because
was-
it
Now
was
when I watch it,
too
I'm
much
gonna
bulge.
look
Yeah,
now.
they
As
yeah
you should.
they gave him less
much
bulge.
bulge?
Yeah.
They gave him less bulge in
Yes,
the
they did.
theatrical cut.
He's
But
packing.
to me,
Yeah.
it was a perfectly delivered for 2022 superhero movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. That's my
I gotta say
favorite
they probably
superhero
had
movie
the
of
biggest
year.
challenge to overcome
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Chadwick Boseman not being in the movie because he had died.
yeah.
Out of all the movies, that was the one that could have been the worst if they had
Yep.
did
Done
it
it
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
So we got now our 2 runner-ups for good superhero movies, good but not great, and we have the Black Adam,
Yeah.
and we have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange.
I like Doctor Strange more than Black Adam, but
Yeah.
Black
That-
Adam
the-
surprised
yeah,
me more.
It
Yes.
was way better than Black Adam.
second
Black
time I
Adam
wa- the
wasn't
sec-
bad.
the
It wasn't
sec-
bad.
The
It
second
surprised
time I
me
watched
more.
Black
I wouldn't-
Adam, it seemed cheesier. The
I
second
wouldn't
time
I
watched
wouldn't
it.
say don't watch Black Adam, but I would say it might not count to the fucking universe anymore. Thanks,
Yeah.
James Gunn.
It might
Yeah.
not, and I'll tell you what, Black Adam definitely gets the title for weirdest places to put songs.
Yeah, and weirdest songs placed when they placed them.
Smashing Pumpkins?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Okay, but you know what? I still loved.
What are we doing?
I love the
here?
anti-hero. I like
Yes.
the fight scenes. I
Yeah.
thought the fight scenes were pretty dope.
I love The Rock.
Some of the humor hit.
And I need to
Personally.
just say it. The Rock does not have a broad range when it comes to acting. He
Is
is
it
The Rock.
really?
No.
So
no.
is he
I
the
think he
is he
does.
the
He
Nicolas
goes from
Cage?
Maui to Black Adam. Like,
Someone got
I'm just
angry.
saying,
Someone
I
got
feel
angry
like-
at me when I
I
said
feel
that,
like he's
that Dave
good.
Batista and,
And,
John
like, the
Cena were
Tooth
both
Fairy
better
and
actors
shit,
than The
like-
Rock.
like, I
feel
was
like he
yeah,
has a
they are.
wide
I
range.
They
have
are.
to agree.
They
I have to
are.
agree.
Like,
But he didn't say, "Do you smell what the Black Adam is cooking?" I don't know what you're you're getting at.
I don't think he raised an eyebrow in the movie either.
No.
He's
no
the
rock
same guy.
bottoms.
He talks with the same voice in every movie. He's the same guy.
So I mean, if I had to pick
I-
one,
I
of
mean,
the two,
listen, he's got way more range than Vin Diesel.
yeah, like Eddie,
That man
true.
is the same dude in every movie.
Literally.
we are Groot.
He has the same line.
I seen him do a movie where he was a witch hunter with swords, and I'm still like, yeah,
Vin
where's your
Diesel.
car?
It's Vin Diesel.
Where's your car?
Yeah.
This isn't working.
All right, so I mean, look,
Was he like a Navy SEAL babysitter too?
yeah, the nanny or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, or
Pacifier.
the pacifist. A pacifier, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I wish somebody would put a pacifier in his mouth.
Fuck. Fucking
Oh
hell.
man! All right. So I guess we're all going with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over Black Adam.
By a
Black,
little,
Black
though, 'cause
Adam
that
is-
was-
yeah.
They
was
did
close.
some weird horror shit there.
She
but,
was.
I enjoyed
she
it. Was
nuts.
weird.
She
We got to
was
see Michelle
absolutely
Pfeiffer, though.
bonkers.
Yes, fantastic.
You didn't like the music scene, though.
She was. I liked the music scene. You didn't like the music scene. I didn't mind it. I thought it was funny.
You know how I feel about music scenes.
But it was. They finally let Wanda actually have her power.
Yes.
You mean
yeah.
go psycho?
Yeah,
Yes.
she does in the comics. She
She went,
wipes, she erases reality in the
does.
comics
She
and
does.
rewrites it.
The Book of M.
And then when it's done, she still fucks it up on the back end where almost all the mutants are gone. She just removes them.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
dangerous to have a girl walking around with that kind of power.
It's not the first time she lost her
It's like
shit because her
perfect.
kids were missing.
Yeah.
all right, so we're gonna jump into the horror category.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we got a couple of good
My
horrors
favorite.
that came out.
I only know that one.
Ian, you said you liked Hellraiser.
I brought that one up
yeah,
because
Hellraiser-
that's the one that he made me watch.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Hellraiser.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was
for
good.
not seeing any of the other ones.
Yeah, I
like,
haven't seen
I
it.
really liked it.
They did a remake,
It wasn't
and
as
they did
scary.
their own. They did their own take on it. They didn't bastardize the original stuff,
Right.
And they even threw stuff in towards the end and stuff for fans of the first and second movies.
Right. Okay.
And they went a completely different thing. Like they made Hellraiser. They made the lead
Chick.
Cenobite a woman this time, and it wasn't Pinhead, which is everyone referred to him in the first movies. It was they called her priest, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And it was creepy.
okay.
I mean, they did their own thing and it worked. It was a decent horror
Yeah.
movie. Didn't come off as corny.
Okay.
And they stayed kind of true to the original material and the mythos of Hellraiser. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
well
for
done.
someone
what do you guys
that's,
give
for,
it?
for someone that's not into horror,
7.
I
I'd give it a
enjoyed it.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7,
It was
6
good.
for
If
me.
you're a horror
Okay.
movie fan, I give it a 7.
Next one that we did not see, but another one that you mentioned, The Barbarian or Barbarian.
Yes, it's on HBO. They literally call the movie Barbarian because the movie takes place on Barbary Street. There's a house on Barbary Street. It's got the guy from Skarsgård. It's got the guy who played Pennywise. He's in it. He plays a part in it.
I might watch it just for him.
Oh my god, the guy from Jeepers Creepers, the guy that gets his eyes ripped out.
Okay.
The young guy. I'm trying to think of his name.
I would not know.
No.
Christian
He's in,
Slater.
he's in it. Anyway, I give it an 8 out of 10 because
Okay.
you don't expect what's coming.
Well,
You're
yeah, I
watching
mean,
this
you say
movie,
Barbarian, I'm
Yes.
like,
You're
and
watching
then you come
this
up with like a
movie,
fancy street.
You have no idea what's gonna happen.
Now, there's another one that I didn't watch, but you mentioned that was really good. It got good reviews on Netflix with the serial killer, the Dahmer.
Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer. Did you guys like that?
Yeah,
Talk
I
about
did,
that.
I did, but that was dark and depressing.
That was creepy.
I
was
love,
because it's.
I
I
like
mean,
serial killers.
they're
Yeah.
literally telling you
I mean,
the
what girl
in-depth
doesn't?
Would you
details.
pen pal a serial killer?
No.
You seem like you said like I like serial killers. Like really, like I would. Yeah, let's be friends.
I don't like making friends.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
either. I would highly not recommend that. Even if they're locked up, there's a chance that they can get parole at some
I don't
point.
even like to give
Yeah.
guys my number. I feel like they're gonna come kill me.
I feel you.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
you.
After watching
can-
so many
Yeah.
documentaries,
You can completely skip the Dahmer show if
It's
you
that
don't
bad.
like that type of
Yeah,
thing.
I
'Cause
can't
like,
watch it.
I mean, it's slow in spots. They're just telling you
Yeah.
the stories and
Yeah.
all the stuff around what happened.
but
with
the actor is
Dahmer.
really like Evan Peters is really good. He's
He
a great actor.
delivered
He
it
definitely
great.
should win an award for that because
He's
he's
a
unsettling.
great-
He's unsettling as fuck. Like I really don't. I mean, he made me uncomfortable a couple times in that show.
So good though.
So we got.
But Barbarian, if you like horror movies, you have to check that one out because I would say that's probably the best horror movie of 2022.
One horror show, I guess horror adjacent that we really liked was Werewolf by Night this year.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought for Halloween that was
Disney
a
did a good job.
dope
there.
drop. I like the
Yep.
black and white
Very
aesthetic.
confusing.
Except when he started doing kung
But
fu.
I
Very
like it.
confusing.
I was like,
Yeah.
why isn't he just tearing these people
But
apart?
I like how like the mean monster was like talking to the girl
Yes, yeah.
at the.
What was
that-
his man thing?
What's
Man
his-
thing?
What was his name? though?
monster?
What was his name in the show?
His name?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Oh my
remember
god,
right
I
now.
forget because like he said, call him by his name.
Yeah.
Like George or it was some like weird like
She
Yeah,
calls
'cause
him. She calls him by his
Carl.
name, and he's like,
Yeah.
I didn't know my name.
How the hell do you know my
I
name?
liked
But
it.
that
I
also
liked
was nice. It was nice. It was self-contained. You don't need to know anything else about Marvel to watch it and keep up and enjoy it.
But how does Man-Thing kill people? Like, he was, like, incinerating. I don't know. He would touch them and do something horrible to them. Like, they died in a very bad way.
Yeah,
It was like spontaneous human combustion.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I do not want to go that way. I don't-
So this one's for you, Dana. This is a movie that I don't think any of us seen, but you wanted to bring it up because you liked it. Slumberland.
So good, Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
so good. It
tell
makes
us
me-
about it.
Nah, he's.
Is that literally it, Jason Momoa?
Yeah, pretty much. You watch
It's
it
like,
for
what
the
else do
Jason.
you need? It's like
I wanted to bring this up. Jason
it's just
Momoa.
like Margot Robbie. All right, I'm in.
No,
Yeah,
it's-
Jason Momoa, I'm in.
watch.
Yeah,
It's
you
okay.
are. I'm gonna watch
Hey.
it.
It's a good movie. Like this is like a new. I feel like this is a new role for him, and apparently it's like his favorite because I watched a few interviews about it.
his horns and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like a centaur.
It's
so to speak?
almost
You gotta have like 4 legs, I think.
Or what's the other one with
Hus,
two?
Hus for legs, but
a
not for.
fawn.
Satyr.
A satyr.
Satyr,
Satyr.
yes.
That's what it is.
There
a
we go.
satyr.
Yes.
Satyr.
I'm
Okay.
trying to think of Phil.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect.
Phil, yeah.
No, but he's
DeVito.
comes from like a dream world type of thing. It's just an adventurous movie. His character is very funny. His name is Flip. He's very like rock.
Sharp teeth.
He's
doesn't he?
a bandit, like a dream bandit type of thing.
It's like a family.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wasn't there a
Family-friendly
movie-
Good
wasn't
And
to
like
know.
there
there's like a little
years ago
stuffed
like
pig that
that?
comes to life in her
Alright.
in the little girl's dreams. She lives on an island with her dad, and then her dad goes out to sea, doesn't come back. And Flip was like his best friend that he went on all these adventures with, and she thought that they were just bedtime stories, but they turned out they're real.
So is it like an
Sure.
Alice in Wonderland
Kinda,
kind of
yeah.
a vibe to it? Okay.
Kind of.
all right,
I
can see
really,
that.
but like Jason Momoa just played great in it. He
Okay.
really did.
All right. So what
Just
would you
ve-
give
he-
it then? What
it-
would be your rating on it?
9, 10.
Oh, wow.
I really
Okay.
like it. Made
High
me.
praise,
It
high
made
praise.
me want to do like a whole costume based on him
Okay.
for
Okay.
the Renaissance
Okay.
Fair with like the
Okay.
horns and
I like it.
everything because it just looked really nice, like all the aesthetic.
All right, I think we'll end this here with some action movies that I think we would be remiss if we did not mention. One being Top Gun Maverick. It comes,
Yeah,
it's like
that was
number
a
one
sleeper
on
hit.
most
That was a
people's
sleeper
lists.
hit.
It delivered on nostalgia. It delivered on really fantastic action sequences with the fighter pilots.
It was nice to see a blockbuster action movie again in theaters.
Yeah.
Like, how long has it been? It's always been Marvel this, Marvel that.
Yeah.
It's always been
Yep.
superhero movies.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see a throwback to like the time of the '80s where it was like, oh, Last Action Hero,
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah.
all these crazy ass movies.
Could have done without the football scene in the beach, but
No, it could not have. No, it could not have. Speak for yourself, sir.
He's like, I'm teaching them teamwork. Look at them, and then they go and they win the ball.
It was in
Yeah.
the second one too.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I said it was there was a volleyball scene in the second one too.
Oh yeah.
There's a volleyball
I didn't
scene
know.
in the
I never
first
even
one.
seen the first
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
First
I-
one's a
oh, yeah.
volleyball scene.
I
Yes.
haven't even seen the first one, but I've
Second
seen the
one,
volleyball.
was
They're
football.
equally as oiled up, but they're playing football.
Okay.
But those mustaches, some of those mustaches were fantastic.
Legendary.
Fucking fantastic
Legendary
stashes.
muscles.
You
Yeah.
gotta love that. There was another movie that I really liked. It was an action comedy. Brad Pitt, Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I just
You guys
I
really wanna
literally
see
just
it.
finished that
Yes.
yesterday.
Did you like it?
Yes.
I really enjoyed it.
It got ridiculous towards the end.
It
Like,
did.
I was like, oh my
But
god.
ridiculous in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I
okay.
never didn't enjoy
What's
it.
it
Yeah.
about?
It's literally
It's
okay.
about a train.
A
Yeah.
bullet train in Japan, a super fast train. Brad Pitt gets on because he's filling in for another guy
Right.
who had a stomach virus that day. So he goes to this job and he has to get this case, and this case apparently belongs to this leader of the underworld of the Japanese crime
Yakuza.
syndicate called the White Death.
Yes.
And there's all these other people on the train trying to kill him to get the case. It is ridiculous. And then people just start dying. You don't know who's killing who.
Yep.
It's almost
On
like
the
a
train?
murder action whodunit, but
Bad Bunny's in it.
Bad Bunny's in. And listen,
What?
what I loved about Bad Bunny's portrayal is he really didn't say anything.
didn't have to.
He just mean mugged and walked straight.
Yeah.
Like, that was his whole
The wolf. He was the
his
wolf.
whole role.
He played the wolf.
and I loved it.
It was
I
good.
loved
It was good. It was a good movie.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. I
Yeah.
really I give it an 8 out of 10.
And
Alright,
people
maybe
that
I'll
show
watch
up,
it.
people that show up, yeah.
Yeah,
It really should have
there's
done
some
better.
Surprise
It
casting.
should've.
It should have.
Because it was excellent.
But
Yeah, it was.
I think that's one of those. It's going to be like a sleeper cult classic, you know, down the line.
Yeah, I definitely would watch Bullet Train again. It was good.
And
I'll watch it.
we'll end it with, for me, a bit of a controversial. Like, it was good, but it wasn't great, and a lot of people give it a lot more praise than I thought it deserved, which was Prey. That was the Predator
Isn't that Jenna
movie.
Ortega again?
I don't know.
Who was in that?
No, I think that's a different girl.
Okay.
But
I didn't watch it. Though.
I didn't watch it either.
It was okay.
Same. It was just a little unbelievable in spots. I'm like, wait a minute.
I feel like they just keep going like.
Because
there's only so much you can do.
Right, because
with
if
that
you have like a
franchise.
futuristic alien
Personally.
who has the capacity to make weapons out of anything, and he's fighting like Native Americans
Never mind. Her
with
name's
like
Amber Midthunder.
Yeah, like
never mind.
with bows and arrows
Wow.
and slingshots, and it's like you're supposed to believe that this girl who can't kill a lion by herself is gonna kill the predator with her dog. And like that's where I got lost in the whole fantasy. I'm like, if it was like the whole tribe of Indians, or you got this one, if she was a badass from
Plus,
day
that wasn't
one,
like a normal predator. That was like some primal evil.
Yes.
Like, that predator was scary as
that
shit.
Like
predator,
predator.
he's killing like
He picked up a grizzly bear over his head.
right. He murdered a grizzly bear with his bare hands,
and then he lifted it and
Yes.
screamed. I was like, okay,
yes,
that girl's not fighting that.
he
I'm
fights
sorry.
like
Yeah,
10
she does.
militia like Frenchmen with muskets, but still they had muskets and bear traps and Bowie knives.
And he slaughters them.
Slaughters them,
them
but
all.
the little girl with her dog and her axe with a rope kills the predator. I'm just like,
Yeah, see,
Nah,
I know.
I can't-
I don't even
I
want to
can't
see it.
do
That
it.
sounds
Yeah.
stupid.
yeah. And to be fair, the acting was good. It was just the whole premise was just too far unbelievable for a man who loves superhero shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I like Superman. He flies through the air. He's from Krypton. I'm like, that's more believable than this girl with an axe on a rope killing a predator.
I still have yet to watch The Northman on drugs.
I haven't.
And I have to do that. I have to do that
I did
because
that
I
with
enjoyed
Onward.
it. That was one of my sleeper hits.
like Kevin Smith did that.
That was one of my sleeper hits for 2022 because it had so much Viking. I think it threw a lot of people off because of how like the director Robert Eggers. He goes in. Like, I watched all his movies now. I watched The Witch. I watched The Lighthouse. And now I've watched The Northman. All his movies, he does the movie in the time period it's in.
Yeah.
So when he did The Witch, all the dialogue, everything was from the 1700s America. And it's like creepy. You're in the woods in New England. The people are super crazy Christian. Like it's like
That sounds good.
Yeah.
it's nuts. And The Lighthouse, you're a bunch of drunken fucking sea people living on this lighthouse off the coast of Boston in like the 1800s, and like William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson kill it in that movie. Like,
Nice.
it's just such a weird. The way Robert Eggers does movies, like you're completely involved in the time period. And so when he did The Northman, it's shot from like a Viking saga. There's weird shit in it, like because the Vikings were weird fucking people.
Yeah.
They ran around naked. They ate mushrooms. Like they were nuts. They were.
Yeah.
They were into ritual sacrifices.
Yes.
They had crazy
and
religious
some,
beliefs.
And some of that shit is in this movie, and you're just like, ugh, and then I don't know. I want to watch it again, but on like a. Yeah.
So to end it all, right? If you had to pick one thing, TV show or movie, for 2022, now that we fully, thoroughly reviewed this list of things,
Yeah, I
what
think
would
we
be the
did it this
one
time.
thing that was your favorite of 2022 to recommend? I'm gonna start with, and I didn't think about it before until after going over this list. It's definitely for me. It's Star Trek's Strange New Worlds. It is the best Star Trek I have seen in a very, very long time. And this is a man who has watched every single season of every single episode of Star Trek, every movie of Star Trek, every cartoon, at least twice.
They managed to merge the two different types of TV storytelling, the episodic and the serialized.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
So you do have where every episode is self-contained.
Yeah.
But the character growth does carry over, and there's little bits and pieces from each story that does carry over. So you can watch each episode individually, but when you do watch them together, there's a little bit more cohesion
get.
there.
Yeah.
It actually works out really well.
I do admire the determination of you Star Trek fans. Like with Disney buying Star Wars, like with Star Wars getting all this like baby Yoda, Grogu love.
Yeah.
You guys are just hanging in there.
Yeah,
You're like,
but you know what it is? Like,
we're here too.
if you give it a show,
You
if
need a
watch-
mascot.
If you watch one
You
or
guys
two
need a cute little
episodes,
mascot.
you're gonna get fully enveloped in the storyline. The actors are fantastic. The storyline is great. Like if you watch one or two episodes, you're like, damn, this is a really fucking good show.
Yeah.
And you would get pulled into the whole season without a shadow
So that's
of a
yours.
doubt.
Star Trek.
Star
Strange New
Trek,
Worlds.
Strange New Worlds.
All right.
Yeah.
Ed?
Of everything from last year, I think the thing that probably translate the best for anybody would probably be Moon Knight.
Okay.
Even though it's in Marvel, again, it's very self-contained. You don't need to know anything about Marvel to watch it.
Very standalone.
It's completely stands up on its own, and the acting is phenomenal.
Yeah. He out of all the Marvel shows, I think his name's eluding me right now, but the guy that actually plays Moon Knight.
As long as you like anything that has a level of supernatural to it, there's no reason you wouldn't enjoy it.
Well, the way he transitioned from role to role seamlessly. What's his name? Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was by far the best actor to come out of the Marvel shows.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
I have to agree. Yeah.
Yeah. He blew me away
Yeah.
with that. Dana, what do you think is the best?
I honestly like Sandman a lot. I liked Sandman
Can't
a
argue
lot
that. Can't
more
argue
than
with
I
that.
thought I would, just because going in blind
Yes.
and I just really enjoyed it, and
I
I
binged
binged
Couldn't
it.
stop watching.
I couldn't.
100%.
It's like when
Yeah.
you
Like
when
it's
you
very very intriguing.
when you
It is.
adhere to the world of the critically acclaimed storyteller and you let him have a hand in it.
Yeah.
Surprise! It's
Yeah.
good.
Do you
It was
fucking see
so
Netflix?
good.
Do you see what can
It was
happen when you
very,
stick
very
to the source
good.
material?
And there's something really spooky about the main villain with the eyes, the teeth
Yes.
for
Oh,
eyes.
God, no,
There's
that's
just
stop.
something
Yeah.
spooky
I didn't like
about
him at
that,
all.
like aesthetic. thing.
I didn't like. What's his
No,
name?
he was
What they call
good,
him,
bro.
What they call him?
She-Hulk was really good too.
Yeah.
I like Sandman and She-Hulk.
He had a
personally.
name. He had like a. Oh my God, they called him the.
Ooh, I forget. I know he's a nightmare. He's somebody's.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sandman created him as a nightmare, and he. Like,
Corinthian.
Corinthian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
See.
Man, the actor nailed it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
Super
spooky.
unsettling.
Not going to any of my family gatherings. No, sir.
To me, this is gonna make Shay mad, but I'm gonna pick best of 2022. I'm gonna go with Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Why am I going with it?
Because you're in it.
Well, not just that. Yeah, I
You're
do.
evil.
You're right.
That,
You're right.
that
I
can
do
never,
have.
You're
that can never be
inside of it.
unseen. It comes up on my Snapchat. I'm like, Ian,
I am biased.
shit.
I am
Like-
biased.
Oh,
I am
shit.
biased because I am.
what
in
has
it,
seen
but-
can never be unseen.
That's
Yes,
right.
that is true.
It really
what is done
is.
cannot be undone.
But-
son.
But it's nice to have a Game of Thrones show on Sunday nights again.
Yes.
It's nice. It gives you that feel of like Game of Thrones is back. And does it have big shoes to fill? Yes.
Yes.
Did the first season fill them? No, not yet.
Right.
There's a lot of birth. Okay, hopefully we get away from that. Ed's right. Hopefully
Literally.
everybody's born now. So hopefully the characters are here. And now we're going to move into the arc with the war. So the setup is here. It's going to be the Targaryen like civil war. There's going to be dragons against dragons. I want to see more of Vagar, the
right.
biggest damn dragon ever. And I'm excited.
They could have probably started with the war, and did the whole first season like flashbacks through like the next three.
I hate
Maybe.
flashbacks.
I think they
Yeah,
really
but then
wanted to-
you
they wanted
get
to make-
past like an entire season of just watching characters come
Change
go,
roles.
come go, and change, and this person's now playing this person. And by doing that, they could have let the characters naturally age up into their roles
just
as the season went
I'm
on.
tired of watching Rhaenyra have to walk 100 yards after giving birth. I'm like, come on, man. Give
Bro,
this
that
woman
was,
a break.
that was harsh.
Yeah, I'm like,
That was harsh.
The queen
yeah.
wants to see in her bedchamber. I'm like, oh my God. She's like
Yeah.
walking, leaving a trail of blood. I'm like, oh, let her lay down.
Like, come on,
please.
just kill that bitch already.
Jesus
You know what I mean?
God.
Kill the queen. She
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah. So this next season, I think it's gonna be whenever 2024, I
Yeah.
guess. When it does come out, I think it's probably gonna be show of the year if they do it right. You know, but we'll see.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Hope you enjoyed our breakdown of 2022, the official version, right?
Yeah.
All right. Eddie, take us away.
Oh, this sounds so
Thank
good.
you for joining us at the Silver
There you
Kingdom
go.
podcast, where I don't have a headset, so I
Good
couldn't hear
job.
the music start up.
yes,
So
You're
I
good.
paused for a
Oh,
second.
wow.
I looked at Eddie.
You're
I was like,
good.
he hit the button. All right, so go to
Yeah,
go to
you're right on there.
So you can find us on all your social media platforms at
Sofa Kingdom OFC,
and on YouTube at
Sofa Kingdom podcast.
Ian. Take us away.
If you haven't adopted our practice of forcing someone to listen against their will from last week, we encourage you to do it again. Against their will, we want you to capture someone and force them to listen to or put us in spam mail and send us as like a virus in the office. Yes. Just get us out there somehow. You know what I mean? Force us.
Absolutely, yeah.
Force our love on your friends.
It sounds illegal.
Yeah.
We
If
also
you
want
don't
to
tell
thank.
anybody, you know.
We also want to thank Dana for coming out.
Yes,
Always a
yes,
pleasure.
I think
yes.
in
Thank you
all
for
the
joining
states.
us.
Oh yeah. It's just the boring one. Jeez.
And I'd also like to thank Eddie's new hat for making an appearance.
Oh wow. What?
Oh.
Okay, we gotta address that next time.
I noticed, come on.
I was like, well, you know.
Oh, shit.
Patterns.
My hand hurts.
Just in time.